Uh, Greetings, everyone, my viewers. Welcome once more. It's been long since we saw each other right here. Uh, this is the Voice of Hope TV, and I'm your host, Pastor Ken Wanyonyi of Christ the King Community Church. Always a place for you. We encourage people to come the way they are, but we promise them that they shall never remain the same way they came in. I'm also a master trainer of Life Giving Network. At Life Giving Network, we train pastors how to grow healthy churches that love the lost people to Jesus Christ. And we emphasize a lot on what we call peace plan. Peace in this case, peace stands for planting churches and promoting peace and reconciliation. E stands for equipping servant leaders. S stands for assisting the poor. C stands for caring for the sick. And then E stands for educating the illiterate in the society. And so, like I told you, I am a pastor at Christ the King Community Church, and I want to share with us our theme for the month of August. We've come up with a theme by the name Education and Empowerment. Education and Empowerment. I know we've all grown up being told this saying that education is the key to success. Education is the key to success. But also, I know I was young and now I am of age. I know that people who've been chasing success since when they were young and up now they are old, and even some are not there anymore. They are not on the face of this earth anymore. They were chasing success, but all in vain. But I want to tell us in this generation that education is not the key to success. Education is a great thing. Education is a great thing, but education is not the key to success. Our Father who is in heaven is the key to success. And so I want to share with us the theme for our ministry, Christ the King Community Church, always a place for you. And the theme for the month of August is education and empowerment. Let me talk about God's key to transformation. In the book of Proverbs, chapter 4, verse 7, the Bible says, wisdom is the principal thing. Therefore, get wisdom. And in all you are getting, also get understanding. And so I have several points. And point number one, education is the pathway to wisdom. Education is the pathway to wisdom. Wisdom begins when we pursue knowledge. Wisdom begins when we pursue knowledge. A very important point to note. Look at this illustration. A farmer without knowledge will plant during drought. But the one who studies the seasons will harvest in abundance. Application. Enroll in learning, formal or informal. Read books, attend seminars, join discipleship classes. But the bottom line is never stop learning. Never stop learning. Point number 2, empowerment comes through understanding. Empowerment comes through understanding. Point. Understanding helps you use what you learn to make wise decisions. Understanding helps you, yes, I mean you, to use what you learn to make wise decisions. Understanding makes you to use what you learn to make wise decisions. Illustration. 2 people own Bibles. One Bible gathers dust. The other is being studied daily. Only one walks in victory. 2 people owns Bibles. One gathers dust. The other is studied daily. Only one walks in victory. Point. Application. Don't just hear sermons. Don't just hear sermons. Apply them. Ask questions. Study and grow. Point number 3. Transformation happens when knowledge is applied. Transformation happens when knowledge is applied. Knowledge alone doesn't change lives. Knowledge alone doesn't change lives. Applied knowledge does. Illustration. A mechanic who only reads manuals but never touches a car remains jobless. Action brings change. Application. Take steps today. Start a course. Teach others. Share what you learn and empower someone else. Point number 4. Spiritual empowerment needs mental equipping. Spiritual empowerment needs mental equipping. Remember what I said. People, and they say this every now and then, that success, or rather education, is the key to success. But I would want to say that education is important, but it's not the key to success. That's why we have so many educated people in the world. And because they were taught that education is the key to success, they've been chasing this success year in, year out, but they're never successful. Some of them right now are very old, and some are even no longer there. That is an evidence enough that education alone cannot be the key to success. But our Father who is in heaven, is our one and only true key to success. Is our one and only true key to success. And so we are here to empower people spiritually so that people can learn how to depend on our Father who is in heaven, however much they are learned, however educated they are. We want to show them that education is not enough. If we are only educated, but yet we are not depending and relying on our Father in heaven to work out things in our dreams, to work out things in our plans, to work out things in our talents, to work out things in our learning, to work out things in our missions and in our ambitions. No wonder many focus and chase success 24/7, but nothing to show about. So point number 4 is spiritual empowerment needs mental equipping. Point: even Jesus Christ grew in wisdom and stature, like what we see in the book of Luke chapter 2, verses 52. Illustration: anointed but uneducated leaders fall into error. Anointed but uneducated leaders fall into error. Wise and spirit-filled ones build lasting impact. Application: pray and study. Fast and research. Be balanced spiritually and mentally. Be balanced spiritually and mentally. Yeah. And so, don't just settle for survival. Don't just settle for survival. Rise to significance. Get wisdom. Get understanding. Get empowered and empower others as well. In finishing, I want to say that your destiny depends on what you learn spiritually and what you do with it. I want to say here and right now that your destiny does not depend on education that we get in schools, in colleges, in universities alone. It's important, but your destiny depends 100% on what you learn spiritually and what you do with it. Thank you so much for listening. I have been your host, Pastor Ken Wanyonyi of Christ the King Community Church. Always a place for you. We love our Father who is in heaven. We love people. And we love people to Jesus Christ. I am also the master trainer, Life Giving Network. Where now training people on spiritual matters comes in. We train people how to grow healthy churches that love the lost people to Jesus Christ. Because we know that healthy leaders will eventually grow healthy ministries. healthy leaders, financially healthy, spiritually, emotionally, physically, will eventually grow healthy churches. We emphasize on peace plan to eradicate the 5 giants of the world. 5 giants of the world here, I mean poverty, diseases, corruption, selfishness, and there's a 5th one. So when we approach the world challenges using a simple formula, we call it peace plan. And like I said, peace here, peace stands for planting churches and promoting peace and reconciliation. E stands for educating or rather equipping servant leaders. And A stands for assisting the poor. C stands for caring for the sick. And then E is for educating the illiterates, the illiterate. We use this to approach on how to deal with 5 giants of the world. Like I said, 5 giants of the world are poverty, diseases, corruption, selfishness, and illiteracy. 5 giants of the world, and these are the things that are more or less the same everywhere you go. Go to Asia, go to America, go to Africa, Australia, go to Europe. These 5 giants affect communities everywhere you go on the face of this earth. Poverty is not a respecter of any continent. Diseases are not respecters of any continent. Corruption are not respecters of any continent. Selfishness is everywhere you go. Illiteracy is everywhere to go. So as life-giving network, we are not only training leaders how to grow healthy churches that love the lost people to Jesus Christ, we are also helping leaders to be practical, to be deliberate, to be intentional, to internalize peace plan. Planting churches, promoting peace and reconciliation, equipping servant leaders, assisting the poor, caring for the sick, and educating the illiterate. When we put peace plan into action, when we put peace plan into practice, we will not 100% fight corruption, fight diseases, fight illiteracy, selfishness, and what have you, but we will make a difference. We will make a difference. And so join us. Join us at Christ the King Community Church. Always a place for you at Nairobi. We are at Lakisama Estate, near Lucky Twin Towers. If you live around these areas, you can always call me on my number +254 724 1736. I will repeat my number. If you are near Nairobi and you would like to worship with us at Christ the King Community Church, where we say, come the way you are without anyone undermining you or anyone looking down on you, but we promise you that chances are, if you have a learner's attitude, you shall never go home the same way you came in. And so if you are around these areas, Nairobi, Kenya, Lakisama Estate, you can call me on my number, 0725 52 17 36, 0725 52 17 36. If you would love to enroll with Life Giving Network, or rather a movement of training leaders all over the world how to grow healthy churches that love the lost people to Jesus Christ, again, feel free to call me or WhatsApp your interest to my number 0725 5217 36. If you are not in Kenya, you can always start with +254 725 52 17 36, +254 725 52 17 and 36. Thank you so much. I love you all. Have a great month of August as we go through education and empowerment classes. God bless you all. Thank you.